My name is Michael Krumm. I raced for NISMO since 1998 until 2016, then I retired. And I have raced with NISMO all over the world, in Le Mans and basically Nürburgring and Japan, and basically the Super GT Championship, in the LMP1, LMP2, so Nürburgring in the GTR, GT3. Yeah, it was indescribable. Personally, I have not driven the R32 so much because of the age. When this car is from 1989, and I was 19 years old, so I was just driving actually 1 year, and it was just the time the manual and even the automatic windows were a new thing, and it's been a very amazing experience because I've driven the R32 several times, but the car was already old when I drove it, when I came to Japan, and so I didn't really understand how it was when it was new, because I didn't have this car in Germany. So the impression was a little bit like time travel for me. It was like I was back 19 and I got this toy in my hands, and that definitely transpired to me, and I just felt like a kid with a new toy, and like 19 years old again, and it felt from the first moment I started to drive with the clutch engages, and nowadays we don't drive manual cars so much, and if you do, they're usually really worn out and in bad condition, and it's just difficult to get the gears in. But this is like you have a brand new car out of the shop, basically from 1989 is the feeling. But then again, it feels much better than that. This is on a much higher level. So the whole stiffness of the chassis, the whole engine response, handle response, the directness of the feeling, after a few corners and after probably 5 minutes in the car, my first response was, I want to drive on the circuit with this car. That's how much fun it was. It was just amazing, the throttle response, everything. Very, very impressive. Yes, the handling of the car is, or the feeling of it kind of connects your body with the car directly, because in cars that are older, the steering has lag, for example. So when you talk about handling, you steer a little bit, but the car doesn't respond because everything is loose and not connected directly anymore. And for me today, this experience driving this R32 was that the moment you touch the steering wheel, the car immediately responds. That means all the parts are really connected correctly and everything is very stiff. And that makes the handling of the car and the connection to the driver very, very, very good, and gives the driver a very joyful experience, because that's fun about driving, your input to the car and the car responding to this input. Talking about the engine, that's again a completely different story. Engine response is the same as steering response. It's a driver input, and when you push the throttle, you want the car to respond directly, immediately, and also smoothly, not like too fast. So the control of the throttle with the engine, and when the boost comes in, is very, very good matched. And that's really a big part of the enjoyment of driving this car. So you have the rigidity and the stability of the chassis. Then you have the engine, which responds also. So this combination makes it absolutely an amazing experience to drive this car. it's going to be difficult to drive another old car after this, because it's not going to be the same fun. Well, if you're thinking about making this upgrade to your car, I can really only recommend it so much. If I know that maybe you're struggling with gearbox issues, it's a downshift stuff from third gear to second gear, for example. This has to do with rigidity, with tires, parts getting tired. So I definitely would recommend this very much to you, because the whole shifting process becomes so much fun. You just want to shift the whole time, and this is part of the fun of the car, and the engine response, the rigidity. I think you can have so much enjoyment over many years with this upgrade. This is just an amazing experience waiting for you.